My lord, it looks like Thanaton's man will catch us before you arrive. Corrin and I will try our best to stave him off, but Lord Cineratus is not a man to be trifled with. The item we stole was the key to a hidden entrance to Darth Thanaton's private meditation chambers. It is the perfect ambush spot for when you have enough power to face him. If Corrin and I don't make it, we hope you'll avenge our deaths. Crush Thanaton, and usher in the new era for the Sith.
The Empire wouldn't wage war on this scale just for resources.
Correct. The adrenals are a bonus. Our primary goal is to test the Republic.
Push them enough on Quesh, and the Republic will be provoked into open warfare across the galaxy.
Once they violate the Treaty of Coruscant, the Empire can strike without risking neutral worlds joining in. We must rile their temper.
Are you the Sith who killed my apprentices?
My lord, I assure you it was nothing personal. I just prefer to stay off Thanaton's hit list. Or do you really think I have nothing better to do than chase a pair of low apprentices across the blasted galaxy? Now, as often happens when two Sith first meet, one of us isn't leaving this room alive. So I propose a toast. To the honorably defeated.
Thanaton's private meditation chamber would be the perfect place for an ambush.
We done playing with ghosts yet? Where I come from, man takes your dignity, you break his teeth.
We shouldn't rush to seek revenge.
We can't afford haste. I'd advise against facing Thanaton until you've gained more power.
How do I do that? I don't know where any more ghosts are.
You know, it's just hearsay, but there have been strange rumors coming off Hoth lately. Ships crashing mysteriously, and crews hearing voices. Some pretty level-headed people I know are spooked.
Ashara and I will look into these Hoth rumors. In the meantime, you should consider replacing your apprentices. You will appear weak if you don't try to restore what Thanaton destroyed. I've heard a new group of acolytes have arrived on Korriban. Slaves. The kind that Thanaton always passes on. Our old friend Harkon is training them.
Always warms my circuits, Master. Reminds me I am still functioning.
This is not the end. Without Lord Zash to save you, you're nothing. I have connections that will hunt you wherever you go.
That's big talk for a worm like you.
Get out of my sight, slave. Your new master is waiting for you upstairs.
Peace is a lie. There is only passion. Through passion I gain strength. Through strength, power. Through power, victory. Through victory, my chains are broken. This is the Sith code. Commit it to your heart, and you will have the strength to crush your enemies. Do you understand?
Of course. I was born to be Sith.
You are the slime, the filth, the wretches of society. You are what Sith Lords scrape off their boots. I don't know why the Sith Empire even bothers with you, miserable curs. They'd be wiser to give you shovels and have you dig your own graves.
I take it these are the new acolytes.
My lord, you clean up well. Yes, these are the acolytes. A worse bunch than yours, if you ask me. I was just preparing these new slaves for their imminent death. Are you here for an apprentice, or were you just feeling nostalgic?
Darth Noxrith killed my last 2 apprentices.
Yes, I'd heard about that. They were incompetents anyway. Not that this group looks much better. Thanaton had the sense to pass up this cancerous lot, so they're yours if you want them. This worm is Sephiroth. They found him in a Hutt's palace, crushing prisoners' heads for the Hutt's entertainment.
Steve Pamuhu Mwaga.
Shut up, slave. You don't talk directly to a Lord of the Sith unless he asks it. This beady-eyed monstrosity is Argog. Don't know where on a cat-hound's backside he's supposed to come from.
Striker Draga stole freaking out Kaila.
Sorry, what was that? Can't understand a word it says. This gangly creature is Jackson. He's no Sith, but he's at least human. And this bone-faced one, well, I can't pronounce whatever gibberish he says he's called. We call him Zalek.
Master.
Don't let him fool you. Too wild for his own good. There were 2 others, but we made the mistake of leaving them alone with Zalek.
Make sure you push them as hard as you push me.
And look how you turned out. Murdered your master. Be careful what you wish for. You may check back as you please. I don't expect it to take too long to chew through this bunch. What are you staring at, wretches? You know your trial. Now go!
I trust our friend Hakan is doing well. If your business is finished on Korriban, it's time we looked for another spirit to bind.
Tell me about this ghost.
We think what Andronicus has heard is true. A Republic transport crashed over Hoth about a year ago. It was carrying artifacts from a Sith tomb that the Jedi had confiscated.
You think they got the tomb's chief resident as well?
More likely than not.
The Jedi never recovered the transport. I don't like the idea of binding the dead like this, but if you have to, I'd start looking for that transport.
Ungas I've no Jappe Siglos Fraudnos Jus Jappe Reika Jappe.
Is this another one of your nightmares?
Jalaika Jaan Bar. In Pamelhap Fralet Forte Fuima, Alaisos Kaskaf Tais, Ababarna Habens, Glaubena, Ni in Usakwai, Usiterens Apipao.
I helped you defeat Veshik Urk. I'll help you find Tulak Horde's bones.
My Tais is.
I'm realizing there's a lot I don't understand about the Empire.
I don't expect a Jedi to understand. But the Empire is strength and freedom.
They certainly talk a lot about strength, but freedom? From what I've seen, that belongs to a select few.
Slavery is everywhere. And even among the so-called free, only the Sith act with any sort of independence. It's hard to see good in an empire that thinks of non-humans as nothing more than slaves.
The Empire is a meritocracy. Those that can rise to the top. The inferior fall behind.
It doesn't sound as if merit has anything to do with it. I just wonder. The original Sith weren't human. It's a contradiction.
Contrary to what the Jedi teach, the world is not all light and dark. There are many shades, and many contradictions.
I'm beginning to see that, but I'm not sure I like it.
I hope you've found some more information on this ghost business, Andronicus.
Look, I've been doing some digging around, and by all accounts, this stuff is more messed up than Tatooine. Pirates run this place, though the Empire and the Republic have dared to move in of late. Still, ships don't land here. The cold is part of it, but there are other rumors. The kind you'd ignore if you had sense.
Fortunately, I'm not interested in sense, only ghosts. What do these rumors say?
There was a light freighter out of Yavin 4, the Star Runner, disappeared over this place. Reported some strange happenings before it did. It was a smuggler vessel loaded full of ancient junk from Yavin's tombs. If I wanted to catch a ghost, I'd start asking after that ship.
This looks like an excellent opportunity to continue your training, Ashara.
I'm ready, Master.
Hollow Chatter says the Empire's operating in this ice block, so you might try using your new Lord of the Sith authority. Careful, though. Place is crawling with pirates, and they aren't all as nice as me.
Welcome to the Adama space station, my lord. I'm Ensign Rail. I gather this visit is because you'll be traveling through to the surface of Hoth.
I did not come here to share my plans with ensigns.
I'm dreadfully sorry, my lord. I was assigned to assist you upon your arrival. I'll be scanning you so I can customize your cold weather equipment. Then I'll arrange your briefing. There we are. As you're on the VIP list, Lieutenant Halpern will brief you. He's in the theater. Good day.
Attention, a lord is present. At ease. Let's get this started. Ostensibly, the conflict on Hoth is over salvage from a battle that happened above the planet. In reality, it is our trap for the Republic.
I hadn't heard anything about a trap on Hoth. Explain.
The fight with the Republic has lasted for years now. The objective on Hoth is not to end the battle, but to sustain it. We want our forces small and mobile, and while the Republic keeps chasing victory, we bleed them dry of personnel and equipment.
I will extend their misery with every blow I strike.
Yes, my lord. Misery's easy enough to find on Hoth.
My lord, forgive the interruption. I brought your cold weather equipment.
We were just finishing, Ensign.
This should keep your core body temperature up. When you're ready, report to a pilot in the shuttle bay for transport to the planet.
Colonel Vanis at Dawn Base will be waiting for you. Good luck down there.
The planet awaits, my lord. Commander Triton will want to meet with you.
My briefing said I was to meet a Colonel Vanis.
I don't know anything about that. Commander Triton's the one listed as in charge now. I'm sure he can fill you in on the story. I need to de-ice the shuttle here.
Your advice boils down to doing nothing, and that I cannot do.
Sir, I respect your bravery, but if you see this through personally, you will be dead. And whose leadership will we have then? My lord, we're glad you've arrived. May I introduce Commander Triton, and myself, a humble captain, corps name Udrus.
Lieutenant Halpin sent word you would be coming, and we've never had greater need of you.
Colonel Vanis, the commander of this base, is missing. We fear he's dead, along with all the most experienced men from this base.
Fill me in on the situation.
The Colonel went out to investigate evidence of a possible spy probe near the ice lake. He was under heavy guard.
We received a distress call. It was obvious he found trouble.
Scout 1 to Dawn Base. Heavy casualties. Taking heavy casualties. We're under attack. We can't see the...
What on this world could take out an armed group of officers?
Besides the Republic, there are Wampers, pirates. Mostly aliens unafraid of the Empire.
But we can't simply cower in our base when the mission is to damage and exhaust the Republic.
And our men can't do it. Commander, this visit is a gift to us from fate.
Whoever is behind this will be nothing but a blot on the snow.
Indeed. I have heard of the power of Sith. I only hope that you have not come too late. Our best-case scenario is that Colonel Vanis's communications tipped off the Republic, and he's gone quiet.
But if I were out in that cold, I'd have called for a rescue. If you can find the Colonel, everyone on this base is in your debt.
Are you sure you'll be all right?
Kunta chuta, kasuyali kulira, kanki kung. Chunki faguta, jiho poda ji oto vokise.
I couldn't agree more.
Akita vitin taka mokili, te jakta grich, kra uba uri. Che chopa kuma ni umpi put malia bedwana ni bobo. Poya toka changa goptula do bata wana wanki.
Sounds like a worthy cause.
Patoga wata kiko uba kiri wata buki donko. Ni at ambumpa boshura mokili moklanki. Chikos pa ini gudad ijigliska chanagawa.
That can't be good.
O bagthra wanawaga mi bunawa duetwipe. Se gota do muti kihasa da puño, lis di woto.
There will be no survivors.
Kuchusa yomata chitoya, nam kanoya choski nawi. Chobad I kafstuan dile jihulo kuta.
I'm looking for a ship called the Star Runner.
My lord, truly an honor and a surprise. I'm afraid no ships have landed on Hoth in ages, unless it's a crash. Actually, the name Star Runner sounds familiar. If I may ask, what do you need the ship for? You're here on Darth Noxrith's behalf, naturally.
I am my own master now, but you can be forgiven for thinking otherwise.
Right, of course. I meant no offense, my lord. Star Runner. Blast.
Your ship crashed years ago. It's buried under a few tons of snow by now. Your best bet? No. Give me a few months to get a recovery team on it.
I'm afraid you may be dead in a few months. Is there a faster solution?
Well, I mean, there's an Imperial Reclamation Service team you could take command of, if you wanted. It's just, the lieutenant in charge is a little odd. Too much time digging in tombs, you understand.
I only care that he can find the ship.
Lieutenant Talos Drellick could find a piece of glass in the Tatooine desert, but he's very particular about his work. I'm afraid I can't call Lieutenant Drellick. The weather on Hoth is bad for communications. The team's way out in the waste searching for some mythical Sith temple on Hoth of all places. Good luck, my lord.
Nothing but a bunch of namby-pamby cowards on this frozen rock. Think I like hearing my teeth chatter and knees knock, my sweat freeze and breath blind me? Not a scrap. But I got a job to do, and by gum I aim to do it.
Sounds like you need some help.
Whoa, sorry about that, my lord. Didn't see you. Kind of snowblind, I guess. None of those remarks were aimed at you. In fact, my mission calls for someone of your obvious capabilities. Colonel Vanis left orders to stop the Republic from tracking our deployments here. I figured out the enemy's MO, but need the firepower to squash it.
How exactly has the Republic managed to get the best of us?
Sneaky tricks, and a lot of luck. Republic scouts have set up a series of short-range relays. Need to activate one to jam their communications. Can't activate without a data card from one of the scouts. Gonna have to get one of them the old-fashioned way. You game?
It's as good as done.
You're a lifesaver. Republic scouts range around the lower ruins, spying on us and disappearing. Get a data card off one of them, and then find one of their relay consoles in the outer edge. I'll be here and can jam their relays once you're done.
We're close, boys. We'll find that temple. I can feel it. Rogers, no cutting corners. Don't forget the salt. Salt's not the best solution, but it's the only thing that doesn't freeze out here, and solid footing is a must.
I'm looking for Lieutenant Talos Drellick of the Imperial Reclamation Service.
My lord, I am honored. I heard you single-handedly unearthed artifacts of the great Tulak Horde. I'm a Naga Sadar man myself, but I'd love to compare notes. What brings you to Hoth, and how may I be of service?
I'm taking over this team in order to locate a ship called the Star Runner.
A ship. Not usually our line, but let's hear it. Maybe we can help. A bit new for the Reclamation Service, but artifacts. And a ghost. I've heard that the dead talk down in the tombs, but to see one, oh, I wonder if it'd be possible to make a hollow image.
I imagine it would depend on the light.
Yes, darker would be better. Engineer Sorrel, do we have any probes that aren't frozen solid?
Shalora works as good as any in these conditions, sir. She may not look like much, but she's got heart.
If my guess is correct, the captain would have launched a distress beacon before the crash, which would give us a line on the ship.
Not a bad idea.
Beware, my lord. The cold's master out here. My boys and I are going to shift camp. Try to get a better communication setup going. But let us know if you find anything.
This is Captain Quellen of the Star Runner. SOS. I repeat, SOS. We're caught in Hoth's gravitational pull and falling fast. Strange events date back 2 weeks. Yavin 4 artifacts, believed to be the source. Something has taken control of the ship. To whomever finds this message, burn this vessel. Don't look inside. Don't touch it. Burn it.
Lieutenant Drellick really is something else. Could find a wampa hair in a snowdrift, I bet.
It still doesn't tell me where the ship is.
No, but we have a bearing from the beacon launch, and those tracks. Somebody beat us to this thing. Lieutenant, sir, we found the beacon, but no ship. There's some light tracks, though. Appear to be a few days old.
Have Shalora zoom in, Sorrel. I've been studying alien tracks since I was old enough to know a Twi'lek from a Toccata. Ortolan. I'd know them if they were 6 days old and covered in jam. Those are Ortolan tracks.
You think the Ortolans know something about this?
It looks like those Ortolans dug something up. Possibly a clue to the ship's location. Sorrel, where's the nearest Ortolan camp?
It's a ways beyond the next outpost, but the tracks look headed in the right direction.
Well, might be time to put on your best diplomatic face, my lord. Ortolans don't like outsiders much, but it looks like they're the key to finding our ghost.
A little lightning will break them. It always does.
Well, it sounds a little gruesome, but who am I to question a master's methods? I'll have Sorrel bring the beacon to the base. Between it and the Ortolans, we're bound to have a breakthrough. We'll be there when you're through dealing with the Ortolans.
easy.
I found Colonel Vanis. He was dead. Murdered by Republic Talz.
Talz. That would make sense. Cold adapted, Republic aligned. I've not killed their kind before. What about you, Commander?
What? Yes, of course.
The base awaits your orders, Commander.
We are having deep morale issues in the forward outpost. I must show them that we can triumph without Colonel Vanis. Now is the time for reprisals. These chittering animals will not get away with this. I want 10 of the Republic to suffer for every one of ours dead. I want every last Talz wiped out, their heads on sticks out in the frost.
Anything you'd like to add?
The main thrust of the plan is sensible, but given our limited knowledge, I suggest the plan be refined before use. A covert action is advisable, or we'll end up wiping out one group and causing the rest to go into hiding. I have data arrays we could install in their communications link. If we did that, we could locate and estimate their numbers before we hit them.
They weren't carrying handheld comms. They've probably got way stations. I can bug those.
This sounds plausible. As much as I hate to admit it, Udris is usually right about these things.
Commander! Coming, Commander!
Go ahead, Scout 5.
We found a nest of Talz on the ice lake. Too many to engage. Transmitting coordinates now.
Our luck is changing. If we can get those arrays into whatever they're using for communications, we'll soon know what we need.
When you're done, report to the forward outpost. It's closer to the lake, and the men there can see your success in person.
You're done great. Got the activation signal from the Republic data relay, and we're already jamming their comm. Thanks to you, things are getting hot round here.
Oh.
it easy.
Good to hear from you. We've been receiving the feed from the data arrays, and what we've learned is quite interesting. We had assumed there were one, perhaps two groups of Talz out there. We found 6. Had we attacked earlier, we would have gotten one group and the other 5 would have gone to ground.
Now that we've tracked them, it is time to exterminate them.
Commander Triton and I believe we have the answer.
The good part is we know how many Talz there are, and the bad part is we don't have enough forces to hit all 6 groups at once. We have devised a plan to put the Talz in position for a killing blow. Their supplies, weapons, medical equipment, and the high-calorie food they require, all of it is stored in one central location. They may be adapted to the cold, but without their supplies, they wouldn't last a week. So we will destroy their cache.
So instead of fighting Talz, you want us to fight hungry, angry Talz?
They should be able to mount one counterattack before hunger weakens them. If I were them, and suddenly without food, I would raid this base. So we will amplify our defenses here and spring the trap shut. Unfortunately, getting at their supplies may be difficult. They are in a series of ice caves overrun by Wampers.
That sounds like a pretty unforgiving security system.
Wampers can be fooled. A combination of synthetic pheromones and body language could make them think a Talz is part of their pack. All the more reason to bring back their equipment. We could learn much from the Talz.
The last thing you'd want to do in a Wampa cave is weigh yourself down.
You'd be surprised how much I can carry.
Daring, my lord. I hope you're making the right call. Take anything of theirs that gives them aid or comfort. Make them come crawling. Let them know who the masters of this miserable world are.
Come on.
Contrary to what the Jedi teach, the world is not all light and dark. There are many shades, and many contradictions.
Fortunately, I'm not interested in sense, only ghosts. Sounds like a worthy cause.